In that desert spot, you can hear the sand crunching beneath your feet. You're surrounded by strange rock formations carved by volcanoes and natural elements, no less artistic and creative than what you see in contemporary sculpture exhibitions. As far as the eye can see, the clear sky meets the barren desert land in a single spot. For a moment, you feel as if the earth contains the sky, as the sky draws closer to caress the earth, which was once a green oasis teeming with life thousands of years ago. The land of myths. We're talking about the city of Seyfar, located in the Algerian Sahara within the Tassili Naja region, which means Bull's Plateau in the language of the Tuareg tribe. About the city of Seyfar, located in the Algerian desert within the Tassili Naja region, which means Bull Plateau in the language of the Tuareg tribes. This mountain range in the middle of the desert in southeastern Algeria contains some of the most important cave inscriptions dating back to prehistoric times. These inscriptions have sparked many rumors and gossip, too, about this region. The difficulty of navigating its mountainous labyrinths and narrow passages has fueled these rumors, strange theories, and myths woven around Tassili. Some believe that aliens lived thousands of years ago on the land of Tassili, while other theories say that the city was inhabited by Jinn, who carved these inscriptions. One story tells that the famous magician, poet, and mountaineer Aleister Crowley came to Tassili after it was discovered by the region's indigenous people, and later by some archaeologists, to explore the mystery surrounding it with a group of his friends. Legend says that everyone with him disappeared into the desert, and only he returned. Prehistoric Plateau. In 1982, the Tassili region was registered on the UNESCO World Heritage List, 1, as the oldest and largest rock city or rock forest in the world, with an area estimated at 89,342 square kilometers. UNESCO stated that the region contains more than 15,000 drawings and engravings on the walls of caves. Regarding the geological composition of the region, researchers note that the Tassili region is ancient, as the group of plateaus that comprise the region dates back to the Paleozoic era, the first geological period between 550 million and 370 million years ago. 1. Dates back between 550 million and 370 million years ago. 1. These engravings record, in some detail, the climatic changes that the region underwent and the resulting animal migration. The drawings also capture the development that humans reached approximately 6,000 years BC within a creative artistic framework. Art is one of the means by which the evolution of the human mind can be measured. 4. In ancient times, rock art was a means of human expression, and the Tassili region is considered the world's largest gallery of this type of prehistoric art. What distinguishes these engravings from others in other regions around the world is that they have remained continuous and renewed. Archaeologists have found thousands of rock drawings and engravings in the Tassili region spanning thousands of years and even the 1st centuries AD. The earliest inhabitants of the region devoted most of their engravings to embodying the religious and magical aspects of these societies, making the engravings a prime subject for students of prehistoric religions, especially the Roundhead period, as archaeologists and researchers. Period is named after the numerous engravings dating back to this period, which depicted men with strangely rounded heads. These drawings were a rich source of material for those who fabricated myths about the Tassili region, too, who claimed that they represented aliens or Jinn. Some researchers have attributed this to the scarcity of documented studies on the region and the abundance of amateurs interested in it. 4. In contrast, the few documented studies on the Tassili region have focused on studying the civilization of early humans in the region by analyzing and understanding the engravings they left behind, and attempting to understand their thought patterns, beliefs, and the objects they revered. This has given us a deeper and more accurate insight into the people who lived on the Tassili region in the prehistoric era, particularly during the Neolithic period. 1869 that many of the rock drawings and engravings found in Tassili came to life for the world to see, through expeditions led by the Frenchman Henri Lot, with the help of the indigenous people of the region. Lot was an explorer and ethnographer. Ethnography is the descriptive study of the way of life of a people or society, and he was able to record a collection of more than 1,000 engravings of primitive art in the Tassili region with the help of a Tuareg indigenous person, a guide named Machar Jebran Haj Muhammad, better known as Jebran. 5. History, Beliefs and Rock Art by researcher and historian Ben Buzid Lakhtar, refers to the excavation efforts in Tassili for forms of burials and burial positions, where archaeologists found many bodies buried in the lateral position to the right with the lower limbs bent. This method was widespread and common among the desert peoples at the dawn of history, and it is usually called the fetal position in reference to the position of the fetus in the mother's womb. 4. Rock paintings in the Sahara Desert, Tassili Najar. The oldest rock paintings in the Tassili Najar Desert, Algeria. Shutterstock. These symbols are similar in their connotations to an ancient Egyptian carving depicting a man wearing a jackal mask standing next to a dead body. This certainly doesn't mean that a man with an animal's head mummified the ancient Egyptians after their death, but it does point to what archaeologists have discovered, that mummification rituals in ancient Egypt required the person who embalmed the dead to wear a jackal mask. The embalmer thus became a symbol and embodiment of Anubis, the god responsible for guiding souls in the afterlife, according to the prevailing belief at the time. Death and burial rituals are usually closely linked to the religious beliefs of each civilization. Therefore, the tombs found in the Tassili region of Algeria have attracted the attention of researchers in an attempt to ascertain whether the people who lived there and created these carvings adhered to a particular religious belief. In this regard, a study titled Tassili.
Have you ever wanted to... Well, now you can. I'm about to show you how. First, get on the Suno mobile app, hit create, tap the audio button, record your voice, la 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 la, add your style.
Asgar in prehistory, beliefs and Tassili Asgar in prehistory, beliefs and rock art by researcher and historian Ben Buzid Lachter, refers to the excavation efforts in Tassili for forms of burials and burial positions, where archaeologists found many bodies buried in the lateral position to the right with the lower limbs bent. This method was widespread and common among the desert peoples at the dawn of history, and it is usually called the fetal position in reference to the position of the fetus in the mother's womb. 4. Rock carvings found in the Tassili region, considered one of the most unusual in the region. This openness of the Tassili region to neighboring and distant regions, along with the favorable climate, security, and peace among the various communities, made the region attractive to those coming from the south, due to the extension of the tropical forests, and those coming from the north. Consequently, these cultures merged into a single melting pot. This provides a logical explanation for some of the strangeness of these rock carvings, which contain a diverse human population. Some have described them as a perplexing mystery, as they depicted humans in a variety of clothing and hairstyles. Advertisement. Everyone who traveled on trade and cultural exchange trips would return to the Tassili region and engrave on the walls what he had seen in the regions, as if he were conveying the fruits of his travels to others, which makes us feel that those engravings that show people different from the usual ones drawn in the Tassili caves are somewhat similar to the Orientalist paintings drawn by Europeans. And inscriptions are of great importance as they represent a significant historical resource for researchers, and because they record the lives of their authors, their ways of life, and their relationships with their neighbors. Although these ancient writings and inscriptions are not free of exaggerations and allegations at times, and ambiguous fantasies at other times, they are considered the primary source for depicting the customs, beliefs, and social conditions of their authors.